Hello everyone, we're back here with another video, and this time we're going to be talking about how to attain a scooter and all the rules about it.
In the Netherlands, there's a variety of different motorcycle licenses. Um, the AM license, you can attain it at the age of 16, and it falls under the category of 50cc or below.
To start getting your license, you can already do your theory exam at 15 and a half, but to do your practical exam, you have to be 16 years of age. To attain a license, you can do multiple things. So you can do day courses,
Which they teach you all the theory that you need to know within 4 hours, and then you do your test right after. And then for the practical test, you go with an instructor for about 3 to 4 hours, and then after that, they bring you to the CBR test location, and you do your test.
So once you've passed both your exams, you then have to go and make an appointment at the town hall.
After you make your appointment, you can either choose a speedy license creation or a regular license creation, and this can take between 5 days and 2 weeks.
And so what you have to bring to the town hall is 1, your ID, and 2, money, and 3, the ID photo that you want to have on your license. So the photos should be at least like maximum 6 months old, because otherwise, you might have changed in the meantime.
And you have to go to a certified photographer to take these photos.
Yeah, and you should be careful about the requirements of the picture. So, careful about that. To get the license speedy, it costs around €90. Otherwise, it's around €50.
There are 2 types of regulated motorcycles that land under the AM license. The first one is referred to as the yellow plate, which has a limitation of 50cc and can typically go, legally it can go 45 kilometers an hour, but up to 54 kilometers an hour is tolerated. Then secondly, there's the blue license plate. This can go 25 kilometers, it usually is 50cc, but it can go 25 kilometers an hour, but it is tolerated up to 34 kilometers an hour.
So there's some differences between these two, as well as, like he said, the speed. So the blue license plate, you can go on every bike path and you can't go on the roads, while on the yellow plate, you can go on some bike paths which are meant for scooters and for bikes, and you have to go on the road sometimes as well. So scooters are equipped with lights, as well as big lights, which are meant to be used in the dark only and do not hinder other people. If you use the big light, which is located here, and if you press this button, the big light will turn on. Another rule that you should know is not to use the horn unless it's an emergency.
You use the horn in appropriate situations, as in somebody is backing out and doesn't see you, or you have right of way and somebody doesn't see you. There's a variety of appropriate situations in which to use the horn, but people tend to use the horn in inappropriate situations. Back to the lights. There's also brake lights and indicator lights located at the back of the scooter. Make sure that the lights on your scooter are properly working. First, you want to hold the back brake, and you have to see that the light is turning on when you hold the brake. Then you have to hold the front brake, and you have to see that the light is turning on. A good way to do this, if you're standing here, is to put your hand in front of the light and pull the brake. Next, make sure your indicators are working. You turn your indicator to the left, and we see that the indicator is indeed working. You press it in to reset the indicator, and then to the right, make sure that the right indicator is working, and the indicator is indeed working. If you look here, you will see that on either of these sides, it tells you if you're indicating and which direction you're indicating, and it also tells you if you have your big light on or not.
So, in some cases, when your battery might be close to being empty, you might have to use the kickstart to start your vehicle. So, to use the kickstart, simply put the scooter on its thing here, turn the key, press the brake, and put your foot here and push down. This may take multiple tries, but you will get it in the end.
When driving a scooter, it is always important to remember that you have to wear a helmet. You will be pulled over and fined if you're not wearing a helmet. Your helmet should always fit snugly around your head, and there should never be any movement in your helmet. So I should be able to go like this without my helmet shifting like this. It is also always important to remember that your helmet needs to be can't be older than 5 years, and it should have a certification. Yes.
And adding on to that, when you buy your scooter helmet, as you might have heard from the last video we posted, which you should check out about how to bike, it should always be a lot more tight on your head when you buy it, because it will loosen up while you use it. To drive a scooter, you should use both brakes. This brake is the back brake, while the right brake is the front brake.
The right brake tends to have more force than the back brake, as when you brake, your inertia carries you forward. It's important to remember that you shouldn't use the front brake in slippery road conditions, rain, snow, frost, anything like that. And when you're braking, it's always pretty important to keep your steer straight. And when you're going around a corner, it's always important to only use your back brake. And it's always important to remember that you should not press the brakes very hard. It should be a smooth, slow contraction of the brakes.
And furthermore, you should also never accelerate in a curve or in a bend, because that makes you slip very easily. To open this thing at the back, simply put your key in the hole and twist to the left. When you hear that clicking sound, you know that you can open the back. Here, there's storage for you to put things such as your helmet, or gloves in this case, and to refuel your scooter. You should refuel your scooter with 98, since it's better for your motor.
To accelerate your scooter, you use the accelerator. This right here is the accelerator. As you can see, when I start the scooter, when I turn the accelerator towards me, it gives fuel to the engine, causing the scooter to go. You can hear that when I turn the accelerator, it goes. It's important to remember that driving and the quality of your driving comes with experience, and over time, when you experience different driving situations, you will tend to develop a sense of the road and how traffic works, and you just become a better driver over time with experience.
As you can see, when he is on a straight with no turns, he accelerates, as this is when you're supposed to accelerate. But when he's turning, he limits his speed to 15 to 20 kilometers an hour, which is the optimal turning speed. On a wet day, you don't want to be turning, like 20 kilometers per hour is the absolute max.
So, in this situation where we want to turn right, we have to look first, and we have to make sure that there's nothing coming from the right side. So we do that by doing the following steps. Before we get 5 meters away from the turn, we'll turn on our indicator, and then look in our mirror. We'll look as far as we can in our mirror. We can see that there's nothing coming right now, but then we look to our right, because there's a blind spot in our mirror, and that blind spot can cause a lot of problems. So we look at the mirror, then we turn and look here in our blind spot, but then we look at the mirror again, and then we go to make our turn. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching, and we hope that you learned something.
And as always, I remind you to stay safe on the roads.
Hit that subscribe button, smack that like button, and we will see you guys in the next one.